Hi guys, thanks for checking in. So this morning I want to get a little archery practice at my 20-yard target at home just to stay in shape, since I have to do it at least 2-3 times a week to maintain the strength, to keep my shooting enjoyable. And so I thought I would compare the arrows that I just built last couple days with the VAP Victory 400 Elite arrows in my little chute. 6 VAP arrows against 6 of my home-built cheap arrows. Just to give you a little more information about the arrows, the shafts on the VAP Victory Elites 400 spine actually weigh per grains per inch significantly less than a 400 spine in my cheap arrow shafts that I got from AliExpress, and the link was below on the last email. So that's why I had to bump my spine weight with the new cheaper shafts up to 500, so I could still have them weigh about the same amount of weight and be the same size and inner diameter as the VAP Victory Elites. Lucky for me, my 50-pound draw at 31 inches on my Matthews V3 X33, according to the arrow spine calculator at Victory, 500 spine is perfect for my bow. And so I did that and shot them, and I swear that the cheaper ones I could shoot more accurately with the cheap ones. Possibly I'm getting a little thrown off with my 400 spines, or maybe it's just me. It's a small difference, if any. So we'll find out how it works out today. Maybe sometimes the first 6 arrows I shoot, I'm warming up and it's worse, and then the second batch of 6 I'm zeroed in. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go compare that at 20 yards right now. Oh yeah, and so my foam target grips the arrows pretty heavily. So I usually put this arrow slick on them, and I can shoot stick it into target 4 or 5 times before it starts to get really hard to pull out again. And I like to save my shoulder muscles for shooting, not just pulling arrows. So I'm gonna slick up. I've already slicked up the blue homemade shafts, and I'm gonna put some slick right now on these VAP Victory arrows, and then I put them in the quiver. I just do about 6 inches of it and turn it until the whole thing's glossy. 6 inches of it. And it makes a giant difference. If I shoot an arrow without this into my foam target, it takes 2 hands to pull it out. And I've pulled a shoulder muscle more than once yanking on an arrow. Other foam targets, they pull out more easily. And another nice thing I liked about these cheap shafts is there's something about the smoothness of the shaft. If I don't put any arrow slick on there, they pull out easier than these VAP Victories. And the VAP Victories were supposedly had some coating on them that made them easier to pull out. But these are, I've been shooting these for over a year, so I don't know if there's any coating left on them. We'll see. Alrighty, getting ready to do a little bow shooting and test the difference between the VAP arrows and the home builts here at the house. The weather is 86 degrees and about 85% humidity at 10 in the morning. Just like the weather in the Hawaiian Islands, but on steroids. So here's my little bow shooting station, and I just use a chair for my bow holder, and I've got my Matthews quiver strapped to the carport column, and I've just got 6 VAP Victory arrows and 6 of my home belts. And what I decided to do is shoot one of each, alternating at 2 separate different 5-inch spot targets downrange. On the 20-yard mark right here, and there's my target. Here's my 20-yard mark on the ground. I'm going to shoot 1 arrow, blue arrow, 1 yellow arrow, 1 blue arrow, 1 yellow arrow, 12 shots. This arrow has never been shot before. Starting with the blue arrow. Okay. A yellow arrow. Whoa. Blue arrow. Yellow arrow. Okay. The next one is blue. As usual, I think I'm doing a little better with the cheap arrow. Not sure if there's anything to it other than luck. Okay, let's go see what we got. Looking at the 2 different groups, the cheap blue arrows here, 2 are like touching the 10 ring, and the other 4 are at least inside the 5-inch dot. The VAP Victory arrows had a sort of a group trying to come out to the left side, but not too bad. 5 of them are all well within inside the 5-inch dot, only 1 made it out. My bow is pretty accurate, and wherever you see the arrow is right where my pin was when I released it. So it's all this is me. If one of you expert type guys could probably just do Robin Hood every time at 20 yards with this bow and setup. Okay. So I'm thinking they're equal. The arrows are equal. But I did notice the VAP Victory arrows come like a normal compound bow arrow with the white fletching up when the string is knocked. And I purposely turned my arrows so that it's more, there's not a vertical fletch, but flat to the bow, like a normal recurve. That's how I knock my new arrows, just because I have that cable guide, that little bearing roller thing. And when I look at this VAP arrow, any arrow that's where it's vertically aligned with one of the fletchings, this inside fletching looks like it might be barely rubbing. I'm going to have to check it out, but that would cause the arrow to do something like that, and maybe go make a group slightly to the left, like I've kind of been noticing. One of my other buddies with the same bow as I have back in Fountain Valley showed me his trick, and he turned his arrows a little bit. He knocked them just a little bit more like a flat to the riser, like a recurve bow, just so we could get good clearance. Doug figured that out. And that's my new program now too. Good. Couple more rounds just for exercise, but that ought to do it.